Hi everyone, it's Rachel. Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, I go by Rachel Tail here on YouTube, and I am mainly a singing channel, but also this channel also has lots of other aspects of my personality, such as my love of makeup and fashion. So today I was thinking about showing you all some eyeshadows and lipsticks that I got recently from ColourPop over Christmas. Now, I watch a YouTuber called The Purple Palace, and I'm just really inspired by a lot of just like the really like kind of eccentric and colorful clothes and makeup that she'll wear. So I actually bought these eyeshadows specifically to try to recreate something that I've seen her wear before. So let's get started. I have this white shimmery eyeshadow it's a Super Shock Shadow in Ultra Glitter. Now, if you've never used these ColourPop eyeshadows before, they're really nice. They're soft and creamy, and you can put them on with your finger. They're very sparkly and glittery, and apparently they have changed up their stock a bit with the pressed pigments, because I didn't know that there was a difference between, so they have Ultra Glitter and they have something called Ultra Metallic, whereas this is one that I actually own I've owned it for like a year now, and I've used it quite a lot. This is the Super Shock pressed pigment in Animal, and I think back when they were making Animal they didn't have any other different types. So I'm going to be using this, which I got a while ago, the white one I just showed you before, and this lilac one I got. And this is the color Socialize. And I'm going to be pairing it with this ColourPop Ultra Matte Liquid Lipstick in the color Sizzle. Now, I don't know if y'all are college students like me or if you're high school students, but everyone, welcome back to the new spring semester. I hope everything is going well for you. I hope that exams went well and that you had a nice Christmas. It was so soft, just look at that. I just recently had my very first day of school, and I'm very excited for the classes that I'm going to be taking this semester. I am an international studies major with a double minor in Asian studies and Chinese. You know, that kind of stuff has always interested me since I was younger. I originally wanted to learn Japanese, but the course was dropped at my university, so I had to end up taking Chinese. But I'm actually really glad that happened, because I love learning Chinese. Don't ask me to speak it. I've been taking it for about a year and a half now, and I like to think that I'm okay at it for a beginner, but I'm definitely not super confident to be conversational. I can't understand it very well. I can speak it way more though than I was able to speak French in high school though, so that's an achievement to itself. My roommate got me these fairy lights for Christmas, and so I wanted to try to put them up while I was putting on my makeup. Why do other people do this? Well, they usually have tape. I'm holding it up with some sticky thing I found in my drawer. I don't even know what it is. Now, classes I'm taking this semester. I'm taking an Introduction to International Studies class. It's one of the first 3,000 level classes that I've taken, so it's upper level because I finished all of my prerequisites. I had to take economics last semester. It just about killed me. Would you stay up? So economics nearly killed me, but I think just in the last year or so I have improved a lot in just doing well under pressure and just not freaking out, and my mental health has been a lot better in that regard as well. Because this was the very first class in my life that I told myself, Rachel, there's a possibility you might actually fail this class. And if you don't know me, but I'm not typically that kind of student. So for me to be able to kind of accept that was a big deal, but I worked really hard and ended up with a B in the class. So I'm very, very proud of that. So because I finished economics, I can take this international studies class, which seems to be centering a lot on globalization, which makes sense because of the major. And I am also taking a religious studies class. Now, my first semester of college, I took a Asian religions class, which I needed to take for my Asian studies minor, and it was really fascinating because we spent about half the semester studying Hinduism, because you need to understand Hinduism in order to understand Buddhism and other religions. And then we did Buddhism, and we did some Confucius and some Taoism, and just like Jainism and Sikhism, and just a bit of Shinto at the end. And then because I loved this professor so much, I took Western religions with her, which is basically just the Abrahamic religions. In the spring semester, even though it has nothing to do with my major, I just really liked the teachers. And then this semester, I'm taking another religious studies class just because I love this professor so much. I didn't even read the course description before I signed up for the class. I was just taking it because she recommended it to me. But it's World Religions on Faith and Doubt. And I've only been to one class, but already we've read a bit of Thomas Paine, The Age of Reason, and this class is going to be really interesting. I think it's also going to mess with my mind a lot, but I think that's a good thing. I definitely recommend anyone to take religious studies courses. I think they're really good for broadening your worldview, both cementing what you already believe and maybe even changing some of your beliefs. It's really good. Another class that I'm taking is I'm taking a pre-modern Japanese history class. So after a year and a half of being in college, I finally get to take a class that actually has to do with Japan, which is wild because that was originally what I was interested in studying. I've been studying a lot of China because of course that's what I'm focusing on. Like last semester I took a Chinese cinema class which followed modern Chinese filmmakers throughout the 20th century, and as we were watching the films we were also learning 20th century Chinese history. So it was very interesting, very important. We watched a lot of really sad films. Like it was a once a week 3-hour class, and when I described to you what it was like going to this class, it was like, you know when you watch like a World War II or a Holocaust film, like it might have won a bunch of awards, it might be really good, but you just feel drained afterwards. Like no matter how good the film was, you just feel like something has been taken out of you and you just feel empty inside. That's how I felt every week going to this class. Like a lot of the films covered, you know, the Japanese invasion, the Chinese Civil War, and then the Maoist takeover, and then the Cultural Revolution, just a lot of bad things happening to people really quickly. But still interesting class. Glad that I took it. Would not take it again though. Recommended to anyone interested in contemporary Chinese politics and film. So back to this pre-modern Japanese history class. When they say pre-modern, they really meant pre-modern. We're only studying up to the Edo period. Like when I think modernity, I guess everyone has a different definition, but I don't think really before 1800, you know? I think 19th century going into 20th century going into 21st century. I don't really think of the year 1600 as the start of modernity, but in like the way Japan divides its kind of time periods, like 1600 is the beginning of the Edo period, which lasts until the end of the 1800s. So I can see why the course decided to stop before 1600. But I'm really excited to take it. Should be really fun. A lot of interesting people in that class. Okay, I was afraid that this lilac color wasn't going to show up very well, but it seems to be doing okay if I just like apply a lot of it on. It's really pretty though. I feel like a unicorn. It's kind of nice to just talk to the camera again. I haven't done a video like this in a while. I don't know if people find them interesting. I find them interesting. I like to watch it when people make these kinds of videos. Maybe other people are more interesting than me though. Whoa, I did not mean to do that. Well, I did mean to put pink under my eye, but I didn't mean it to be that much. Okay, that looks a bit better. That's scary. I'm just gonna go with it. Roll with it. Okay, because this is a glitter eyeshadow, it has a lot of fallout, but I'm just going with it. I'm gonna add a bit more of the white on the inner corner of my eyes. So I finished all of my gen eds and like my science classes and stuff for my major, but I still need to get my art credits. And so the theater program is actually hard at my school, so theater is not the easy class to take. So a friend actually recommended me a class called Appreciation of Architecture, which counts as a gen ed art credit, and she really liked the teacher. She said it was an easy class and also interesting. Damn! Please, please stay up. Please, 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 please. Okay, I think I'm done with the eyeshadow. Now, Purple House doesn't wear eyeliner with her makeup look, but I don't know, I feel kind of naked if I don't have eyeliner on top of my eyeshadow, you know? It's just kind of a me thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it, although I won't draw as big of a wing as I usually do since I want like the eyeshadow to kind of be the center of the look, you know? Oh, back to this architecture class. So I signed up for the class because my friend recommended it to me, and I'm sitting in the lecture and I just knew the moment this guy started talking, I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to start this class. It was, he just kept going on and on. And I've had lecturers like that before. They just bloviate all over the place, but they don't really have a point. And while he was talking about nothing, I scrolled through the syllabus and saw all the assignments there were, and I went, hell no. This is a very heavy reading semester for me, where a lot of my classes have a lot of required readings. And this class had so many projects and readings, I was like, no, not for a gen ed art credit, no thank you. So I dropped the class and just got up and left. I normally don't do that. I think it's actually really rude when people leave while the professor is talking. I normally don't do that. I actually think it's really rude when people leave while the professor is talking, but I just couldn't do it with this guy, and I figured that since I was dropping the class, I was never gonna see him again anyway. I still feel bad about it though. But I dropped the class and was looking around, just think like, well, now I don't have enough hours. Well, I do have enough hours, but I feel lazy if I take that little of hours, and I don't have a job, so I don't need that much free time, you know? So I was looking around for classes to take, and I saw listed under music that they had some private singing lessons, like as credit hours, you know? I could take a private singing lesson just like I used to, but it would count for school. And I was like, sign me up, sign me up. But it was only for music majors, like in vocal majors, and I'm not in the Department of Music. So I sent an email to the head of the singing department a couple months ago actually, and she never really responded to me. But after I dropped this class, I was like, you know what, I'll send her another email. And lo and behold, I'm so glad I sent that email because she responded to me like immediately and set up a meeting with me the next day. So yours truly is going to be taking private singing lessons for school and it counting as a grade. So hopefully my singing quality should improve, which will be awesome. I'm normally pretty quick at doing eyeliner, but because I'm talking, it's not going as fast. Okay, I'll stop talking and just do it. Okay, cute. I think that's it for the eyes. I'm not gonna put on mascara because I'm going to put on my glasses afterwards. Don't want mascara swipes on my lenses. Now let's put on the lipstick. Now, I think this is a pretty similar color to what she wears, but let's try it. I'm really excited to start making YouTube videos again. Before I started filming this, I just finished recording a reflection from Mulan and also the theme song for Outlander, so I'm excited to do both of those. I also want to try doing a Chinese song and maybe release it for Chinese New Year's, and maybe even do my outro in Chinese. That would be fun. I'll have to get one of my friends to look it over before I upload it and be like, is this okay? Does it sound weird? Probably will sound weird, but good thing I have friends to look it over for me. I like this color a lot. So pretty. I planned to film a lookbook today, but it was raining this morning, and now of course it's beautiful outside, but I don't want to risk. So of course now it's beautiful outside, but I didn't want to like go out now and then risk the sun setting while I'm filming because it's winter and the sun sets early now, annoyingly. So that'll be coming out later. It's gonna be kind of a cutesy pink, kind of, you know, Harajuku inspired lookbook. It should be fun. I'm I'm so grateful for Mayon for showing me in her videos how to blur out lipstick like this, because I really like wearing my lipstick like this now. Especially I like the option of having a softer or a harsher look, you know? I like having that choice. I mean, it doesn't look as good when I do it, but yeah. So I think that's the end of the makeup look. Okay, I hope that you have a wonderful day wherever you are, and I will see you next time, hopefully with a song cover. Bye!
I think I'm running out of air. Julie, hold your breath.
I'm not holding my breath.
Great! Now we're both gonna die!